This is a great honor.
The Disney Plus platform is being built on that foundation, one that no other content or technology company can rival.
And Natan Edelsberg joins me now from New York. He's the executive editor at marketing and media watch website, The Drums Found Remote. Welcome back to the program, Natan. You've been following the launch of Disney Plus very closely. What are your thoughts? Is it a solid product that they're offering?
I think it really is a solid product. You know, it's built on top of this little-known tech company called BAMTech Media that was originally created by Major League Baseball in the U.S. and then sold to Disney. So they have a really solid foundation. And while, of course, they have all this tremendous content, I think one of their biggest strengths in launching into the streaming space is that they recognize that as a media and entertainment company, they had to make a tech acquisition that would actually deliver a product that could rival things like Netflix. And while that wasn't as much of the focus in their presentation as it was the content, I think it's really the product that's going to be paying as much as the content.
And as we know, there are a whole lot of streaming services out there, Netflix being the obvious one, but Apple's about to launch theirs as well. What makes Disney Plus different from the rest?
I think what makes them different from the rest is their vast library of well-known content, their willingness and ability to create spin-offs, which we see are going to be happening from some of their most popular brands like the Avengers and Star Wars. And I think they're also really coming out with all their guns flaring when it comes to content. Unlike Apple's recent announcement, which wasn't really revealing all that much, Disney's talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of content and new series with major players. And they're also already talking about international growth plans, even though that won't happen right away. And we know that Netflix has had a lot of success by being very bullish on the international front. So I think all in all, Disney is doing the right things and saying the right things, and hopefully come November they could deliver.
As we know, Netflix is currently the world leader when it comes to streaming services. Do you think this Disney Plus product has what it takes to take Netflix on?
I think they do. I think, the challenge is Disney is not a technology company, and Netflix really and truly is and was from its beginning. So I think what Disney's going to probably have to deal with is some fumbles and failures when it comes to recognizing how delivering a streaming product is very different than delivering a theatrical release or a television program. But I think out of all the players that are out there, especially poised with international growth, I think Disney is going to have a real shot at doing so. And I think people are going to want to check it out and subscribe.
But as we've discussed, there are so many options out there. Surely there is a limit to just how much money people are willing to spend on subscribing to these services, isn't there?
There is, and I think, the network television industry in the U.S. and then the cable industry, it always started with a few core players, expanded, and then eventually got too saturated. I think right now, there aren't too many big players, and I think that there's still room for more streaming services to capture the audience. And once they have a big moment, like The Sopranos was for HBO, like Orange is the New Black and House of Cards was for Netflix, when they have that big moment where people are like, I need Disney Plus because I have to see this show, I think that's what will really help catapult them into the kind of marketing and subscriptions that they need. But right now they have all the tools and they're doing all the right things.
And just crystal ball gazing here in the longer term, do you think we might see a consolidation of these services some years down the track?
I think we might. I think based on all the consolidation that's happening from the major media companies, Disney obviously made some major acquisitions that just finally came through when it comes to, FX and things like that. So I do see that happening, but I think we're a long way away from that because it's still such new territory. It's still so many unknowns, and going direct to consumer is not an easy thing. And, Netflix has had a lot of strategy, luck, and magic that I think others are trying to copy in certain ways. And I think it's too early to tell who's going to be a viable merger.
Okay, Natan Edelsberg in New York. We'll have to leave it there, but thank you again for your time.